welcome to another episode here at Deep Mountain Security. Today I kind of want to go over a couple of different things, mostly involving Windows updates. I've talked to a few people and some of them have mentioned that Windows will update when they're least expected. You know, when you don't want to, you're in the middle of something, whether it be if you're a student, homework, or if you're doing, a project, or what Windows generally tries to do, especially in Windows 10, is it likes to update outside of your active hours. So during a time when you're generally not using your computer. However, Windows active hours are kind of messed up. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Windows Updates here to kind of show you the page. So you're going to see this change active hours right here, and they're currently, this is the default setting, they're currently set from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So they won't restart during that time. However, you can see they've got a maximum of 18 hours, so you can't put it from midnight to midnight or 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. or something like that. That just doesn't work. And so that can be really annoying, if you work from 8 to 5 and then you get home and you're on your home laptop and you're watching a video or something like that, and then all of a sudden, oh, boom, Windows Update, surprise! So some people, what they've done is they've just disabled Windows Updates or turned it off or stuff like that. And I just kind of want to say that that's probably a bad idea, mostly because, especially with the number of vulnerabilities that are being discovered on a daily basis now, that leaves your system very vulnerable if you don't get updates. So what I'm going to show you guys today is something that's kind of in between, something that will let you get your updates without restarting your computer when you least expect it, because that's never any fun. So and I will note that this is a little bit more advanced what I'm going to do here. So we've got a couple different things. You also got restart options, I suppose, in which you can pick a retime to start. Sometimes that's good. You can keep postponing it, but there's only so much you can do there. And then there's some other stuff in here. I'm going to get a little bit more even advanced than what they've got in here for Windows settings, because once again, we want to be able to both receive updates but pick when we receive them, because you do want those updates. So I'm going to be using a tool. It's called the Group Policy Editor, and you have to be running a version of Windows 10 Pro, Enterprise, or the educational version for this to work. It doesn't work on the Home Edition because they haven't included group policy stuff. But to get to that, we're going to go to gpedit.msc, and you can get to that over here too as well. Gpedit, there it is, edit group policy, whoop-de-doo, control panel stuff. So inside of our group policy editor here, we're going to go down to, in our computer configuration, we're going to go through administrative templates, Windows components, and then all the way down towards the bottom, we've got Windows Update. So we're going to go ahead and here, and you're going to see that there's a bunch of policies, and they're all not configured. But we're going to go ahead and configure a couple of these to kind of do a couple different things. And so you can see that we've got a little bit of detailed information about what the setting is, and then how it has or has not yet been configured. So there's a couple different things. We're going to change a couple of these to kind of allow us to do a couple things. So first of all, we've got this configure automatic updates, and there's a little bit of data over here on the side, but if we double click on it, it's going to open up a new window, which will kind of give you some different options. So when we enable this, we're going to notice that we've got a couple of different options over here on the left hand side, and once again, this is the configure automatic updates policy. And there's going to be, so we've got options 2, 3, 4, and 5 right here. And so we're going to go through here, and you're going to notice there's a 2, a 3, a 4, and then a 5 down here towards the bottom. So pretty much this allows us to change some different notifications. So we can, customize our settings to however we want. So when we look at this, the 2 is notify for download and auto install. This is pretty much Windows goes, we've got an update, we're going to download and install it. 3, auto download and notify for install. What this does is when Windows discovers that updates need to be applied, it'll download them, and then the user will say, okay, I've downloaded them, do you want to install them? And this is the one I usually select for most of my computers. Auto download and schedule the install. This is kind of a little bit more that you can schedule it to be installed at a specific time. or the local admin to choose the setting, in which case the administrator has to go in and modify stuff, and so this is really annoying. But I generally choose 3. 2 would be all right too, even, but because then it would say download and install. Whereas this is download, and then as soon as we're ready to install, I can go ahead and just go, okay. So I'm going to hit apply, and then, so this is ready to go. I could add a comment in here saying what this is, lets me choose when to install. Some exclamation points, whoop-de-doo. So now it's got a little comment over here. So when I go look at this, and what is this? And oh, that's what it's doing. Okay, great. Then we can go through some of the next stuff or whatever. But anyways, so this is probably one of the more important one. Then we have a couple of other things in here related to restarts, because once again, one of the things we want is we don't want our computer to automatically restart. So we're going to have turn off auto restarts for updates during active hours. So what this does is, so this allows you, if you're logged onto the computer, then it's not going to do it between things. Once again, that let me do that. Okay, that's a bug. Maybe. But anyways, so this lets you, if someone's logged on, you're not going to get logged off. So if you're working on something and you're still logged in, then it's not going to do anything for you. However, if you log off, then it will restart or whatever. Another thing we can do is automatically restart, always restart at the scheduled time, and we can, so you're going to notice that we've got an enabled and a disabled. So if we disable it, then it's not going to configure it or anything. If there's a no auto restart with users logged on, then this doesn't do anything, which we did enable. And then if we enable it, then the restart timer begins immediately after it installs, and then it'll wait up to 2 days to install. So we're not going to worry about that one. Some of these can be a little bit more trickier than others. We can allow automatic updates, immediate installation. And once again, so you're going to notice that some of these are needing to be configured by other policies. So if you configure another policy, then this one might not take effect, or this one might take precedence over it. So, that's one thing to look for when you're kind of going through some of these, is to kind of check and see if, am I going to mess something up? Have I already configured something that's going to take precedence one way or the other? So if we enable it, then it will immediately install once they're downloaded. If we disable it, then updates will not be installed immediately. So we're going to go ahead and apply this one. And then we've got recommended updates via automatic updates. And we do want, notifications and updates for stuff. So we're going to ignore this one and kind of leave it alone. Here's another one involving users. So this one, what it allows us to do, if we enable it, then automatic updates isn't going to restart during an installation if someone's logged on. So if I schedule a restart and someone's logged on, then they won't be forced off. However, if we disable or don't configure it, then we schedule something, it's going to force all the users to log off. So we want, if I'm logged in, don't log me off and restart. Reprompt for restart with scheduled installations. So if we're scheduling something, and then we can specify the amount of time to wait before scheduling another restart. But we're not going to worry about this because we've already gone and done some other stuff with some other things, so we're not going to worry about this one right now. We could also delay the restart or reschedule scheduled installations, which kind of does what it says, reschedule something that you've already scheduled. And I'm sorry this is getting a little confusing, what with me saying scheduled and automatic over and over and over again. I kind of get that. But these are probably some of the more important ones that we might want to enable or disable and kind of mess with. Another thing we can do is turn on software notifications. So this involves stuff to do with Microsoft software and other notifications and stuff like that. So we probably want to be notified, so we could enable this if we wanted to. and we just go crazy here and do all kinds of things. But yeah, so we could even go so far as to not display the install updates and shutdown in the Windows shutdown box, in which case it's not going to go ahead and update as it shuts down. However, most likely I want that to be there, but that's just my personal preference. So once again, customize this for your preferences, however you guys want it. There's a lot of different things you can do and configure in here. Kind of take some time to read through and take a little, get a little bit more in depth into it, and kind of figure out what you want to do, because everybody's going to be different, and different people are going to want different things, and some people are going to want, absolutely nothing, and other people are going to want full control, and other people are just going to want notifications. So figure out what works best for you and what you want, and have fun with it. That's probably the most important thing, is just to have fun with it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you already have. Have a great day.